I'm Dave. Welcome to Strange Sound Society, the place where we talk about and learn to make weird music. If you're into that kind of thing, hang around. We're going to show you how you can make music using your own voice. Now we're going to use a couple of tools, mostly free, to do that, and we're going to show you how to take even things that you don't like, well, your voice, and turn it into something that sounds good, something that you can present. I'm going to have a modest little example, and we are going to be using the tool Reaper, which is a digital audio workstation. It's what I use. It's not free, but it's the lowest cost for the price, for the power that you get. And you can use it for quite a while before you're supposed to pay if you are starting out in this. So bear with me. Now here we are in Reaper. Earlier, I recorded my voice singing a little ditty. I used a Blue brand Yeti microphone, but you can use pretty much any microphone, including the microphone on your phone if you have that handy. This is what it sounds like without anything else done to it.
You don't have to love me, but please like my video. We don't have to be friends, but please click subscribe.
So pretty awful, isn't it? I mean, I'm not a very good singer anyway, but there's a whole lot of background noise. It's just kind of muddy. It's just kind of there. It's not what I would like at all in a song. Now, I could record it again and again until I get the vocals at least closer, which I would do if I was going to actually produce this song. But I can still use this for our example. We can make it better. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use something that's basically a noise reduction module. It's right here in Reaper. It's called REA-FIR. I'm not sure why they call it that. Probably some sort of an acronym. But REA is for the Reaper tool, and there's a lot of these that are available for right away as soon as you get Reaper installed. So I've already run the processor and I turned it off for now, so let's turn it back on and you'll hear the difference.
You don't have to love me, but please like my video.
So we removed a lot of that noise, cleaned it up immediately. That's not hard at all. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on something called Spot On. There'll be a link in the description of this video to find this. It's a free tool that's basically an auto tune.
You don't have to love me, but please like my video.
A little warbly, but still it gets it in tune at least. Now, it's still also kind of bland. It's not a very good singing voice, but let's see if we can add a little bit of help to it. I'm going to turn this on, and we're going to show you another tool that's built into Reaper. It's called REA Pitch. Now, what it does is it allows you to pitch up or down the audio. So what I did is I shifted it 5 semitones up, excuse me, and then to the formant 5 semitones down. If you don't know, a semitone is simply a key on the keyboard. So if you start with one key and count up 5, there you go, that's the 5. And so we've bumped it up a little bit so that we have a harmony. I've added the wet, which is the affected signal, the one that's going to be pitched up, not quite as loud as the dry signal, which is what I originally sang. And here's what it sounds like now.
You don't have to love me, but please like my video.
Still a little odd, still a little bit off out there, but we're getting closer to something that we could use. The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to EQ this a little bit. Now the EQ, I'm going to drop down the low end. I'm going to cut out a little bit of the high end just to kind of get a better, well-rounded sound.
You don't have to love me, but please like my video.
That's going to help for what I'm going to do next. But the first thing you'll notice is that the bass isn't quite as heavy as it was a minute ago. So that's easy. To make this just a little bit sweeter and to really make it easier to use, we're going to add one more tool. And that's a reverb. So we're going to use this tool. It's called Cloudseed. I'll leave a link in the description. It's another free tool you can download and add to your DAW. And I just chose medium space on this, which is what the setting that you can just choose these different settings, the presets that they have available. And here's what it sounds like now.
You don't have to love me, but please like my video.
So we have a little sweetness there. It's bouncing around the room a little bit. So that's something that we can use. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is a tool called Bread Slicer. Now, I'm going to mute this for a second. I'm going to go down to Bread Slicer. And this is, no, that's the whistle. Hang on a second. Probably have to cut this. Here we go. Here's our voice.
You don't have to love me, but please like my video.
It's the same thing I recorded before. You'll notice that I put a whole bunch of them in there. I copy and pasted the same audio. And this is the reason. When I turn on this tool, Bread Slicer, it allows me to chop up the video. Look at this. It's a funky little free tool, and that's all it does is it chops up your video and plays it back. You can turn it on. You could make it a quarter note, eighth note, or 16th note in division size. And that's pretty much it. Listen to the difference now.
To please like you.
Pretty useless, right? Except for no, it isn't. What I'm going to use this for is for a little bit of ear candy. Now, I did this earlier, and I went ahead and I created that. And what I did is I made a whole string of it. Then I listened through it all, picked out some pieces that I liked that could be used as part of the song. So let's see how that sounds together when it's mixed into this whole thing. Make sure this is on. We'll make sure this one's on. That's the whistle. Hang on. Here it is. And I took the pieces that I liked and I tweaked them.
You don't have to love me, but please like my video. We don't have to be friends.
Again, it's still odd, it's still a little weird, but that's the name of this whole channel, isn't it? Strange Sound Society. So we did that. We took our own voice, we doubled it, we pitched one of them up, we put some reverb on it, we made sure that it was in auto-tuned, we took our same voice, we chopped it up, and we put it together, reassembled it, and used it as a little bit of a glitchy ear candy piece. I also threw one more little piece of software on there. It's called Lo-Fi Oddity. It's by Aberrant DSP. It's a freebie, and you can tweak this and just make the sound a little bit wacky. So it makes it nice to get those odd feeling sounds in it. So you can hear it bouncing around a little bit of reverb, a little bit of corruption. Makes for a nice little addition. Now finally, I went ahead and I added a couple of other things. I threw in some drums and I whistled. I took my whistle sound. I did the same thing that I did earlier with my voice and chopped it up, put a little bit of a reverb on that, and then I added that in there with finally a little bit of a drone pad in the background. And here's what we come up with.
You don't have to love me, but please like my video. We don't have to be friends, but please click subscribe.
And there you have it. So with just a little bit of tweaking, we can take our own voice, we can take sounds that we can make ourselves, or found sounds that we may download from a site, or go record in the wilderness. Go out and record the leaves rustling or hitting cans. And you can use those sounds to make music. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. It's a matter of taking the time to assemble things in a way you like. So that's pretty much what we have for this episode. Let me know if you use this technique at all. If you do some chopping up of things, if you make something weird that you'd like to share, I'd love to hear it. And especially if anything that I've shared with you, you were able to use, let me know. I'd love to know about it. I'm going to give a shout out to something, Hit the Keys. That's a YouTube creator that I'm going to link also in the description. That's where I think I may have found Bread Slicer in the first place. But I'd like to let you know that his channel is a really good one to get a lot of good information, a lot of free software that's out there for creating. So that's it for now, but thanks for tuning in.